Good day, good morning, or afternoon, dear viewers. Welcome to La Toque in Venture Capital TV. My name is Javier, and I'll be your host for today. And we have a very special show. Well, actually, we're not going to have a guest, but we're going to be streaming live from the Blockchain Dubai International Conference Awards and Exhibitions 2022. It's happening right now. So we will going to present to you live. We're going to stream um, a panel discussion about the future of cryptocurrencies, in which several influencers are going to be participating. It's going to happen in 5 minutes live. And before that, I wanted to actually show you a recap of when we had the interview with the Blockchain Dubai Summit organizer, Mr. Pushkin Aga. We had him in the show, and he was actually talking about what's going to happen at the show, who is it good for. It lasts very short, it lasts a couple of minutes, so I want to share that with you. So as a sort of recap, and after that, we jump immediately on the streaming live on the blockchain Dubai. So let's have a look at what we spoke with Mr. Aga before.
Yeah, so this Dubai, Dubai is a hub of tourist, hub of technology, hub of opportunities, you can say.
Mhm.
And now, because blockchain is the future, I can say, and a lot of companies from all over the world they are coming to Dubai to host such shows. And being a local company, we have a little edge to do such events here. So that's why we did six three events in last 4 or 5 months. And that's when we talk about the upcoming event, we have our main sponsor from America. It's a blockchain company based in USA. The name is Majestic Coin, and they have a coin, they have a token, they have a blockchain platform. So it's a very big growth, which is a part of this conference. And then we have companies from China, we have Europe. So a lot of projects are coming, the opportunities for project, opportunities for investor to find new projects during this conference.
Oh, fantastic! It sounds very good, and I'm sure this will come with a lot of different opportunities. I
Correct.
was reviewing on your website that the event goals, for example, for our viewers to know,
Yes.
you have three event goals, which are
Yes.
connect with financial investors community,
Yes.
promote startups in the blockchain crypto sector, and
Yes.
build the brand building
Correct.
with the objective of promote your business among the audience. So,
Exactly.
to who would you recommend this event to? Who do you think would be the people that can go?
Mainly technology companies and companies who are related to crypto,
Hmm.
blockchain, even AI. So they are most welcome, and they will. These projects are coming in our conference, and projects from one we have a very big AI project which is coming from Africa. So we have a different part of world. People are coming with different ideas, different projects, and aim is to promote such technology and to inform people merits and demerits of crypto
Hmm.
with such conferences. Yeah.
So this event will be good for people who are obviously interested in blockchain, would like to learn
Yep.
more.
Yep.
Uh, those companies that have their own tokens,
Yes.
right? Because
Yes.
they will be able to network.
Yep.
Um, investors, probably venture capitalists. Well, that was it. That was the interview we had with Mr. Pushkin Aga, who is the organizer. He's there as we speak in the Dubai event. So what we're going to do now, we're going to go live streaming to join a panel discussion that will happen shortly. So if you didn't have a chance to get your tickets to go to Dubai, well, here it is. We're bringing it to you live. So if you just bear with me, I'm going to connect you, and then we can actually start the show.
Every single human and every country should have the same right as the other one. And the seed of every civilization is its economy, right? But if you can not eat, if your belly is not full, where do you get the inspiration to think? The only inspiration that you have is to go to work day by day to provide rice and beans. So I'm grateful to grow up in America. My story is not the same as some of those in Africa. I have the space and the ability to think, how can I solve a problem? How can we solve a problem? How can we not be dependent, but how can we be independent? So our solution, we have two models, which is the investment coin, and this is what we're proposing as a proof of concept to all of Africa. Um, we're using this coin to show how you can raise billions of dollars in the course of a year to fund your own projects. Because unless we're able to manufacture our own goods and work on our own space, we're still behind the ball. And so these are some of the things that we're doing with the Majestic coin. We have a burn protocol, which increases the price when you begin to burn a certain amount of coins. We have a pump protocol, which I won't go into too much detail, but we have an internal team and we have investors that have dedicated a whole lot of money to make sure that we can feed the price day by day, to make sure that we're always on an uptrend. Market news manipulation. Being able to be in news and media brings people to the coin, makes people buy the coin. Events like this make people pay attention to the coin. We're doing all of this to show, nation by nation, how you can raise money for yourself. By the way, El Salvador has figured this out, maybe not in the best way, but they were looking at their economy. It was not thriving, it was not growing. And by the way, they used the dollar. El Salvador decided to make Bitcoin its national tender. Does anyone remember the price of Bitcoin 2 years ago in March? It was $3,000 per one Bitcoin. Today, Bitcoin is over $45,000, and they say Bitcoin is crashing. So they took the investment model to say there's extreme volatility in the market on this coin. This coin has proof that it always climbs back up. It always bounces back when the market manipulators sell it. So what do? Why don't we get in and we buy on the dip? So when the coin crashes and it goes back up, we make millions in between, and we can start to build our country without the help of loans. And this is the same thing that we are banking on with Majestic Coin, not in the sense of volatility, but in the sense that we have an internal solution to make sure that the coin is always moving forward. And so these are some of the things that we're doing. We're also partnering with banks to use this as an investment security tool. Essentially, Majestic Coin becomes digital gold. It grows over time as people stake, as we have banks that stake the coin and hold the coin, not selling the coin, the price will go up. All of these are solutions that we're trying to find to problems in Africa. And I would reckon to say if in 1 year we can do 100 billion in Majestic Coin, then a country can follow our lead and do the same thing for itself. The last problem, which is the last problem that I want to talk about, there are many problems in Africa, but in reference to our blockchain, is numerous currencies. Currency is like language, as you know. It's only good if it's useful where you're at. In Africa, I cannot use the Naira in Ghana. I cannot use the Cedi in Nigeria. We have to do an exchange, and in the middle of that exchange, you lose a lot of time and you lose a lot of money. And so we're proposing something that can fix this problem. It doesn't make us money, but it brings stability to the country. And I'm going to get into this in a second. And our solution is our stablecoin, which is backed by real assets. It's already created. is valued 1-to-1. We can use this as a transactional currency. We are going to be partnering with Visa and debit card on this. As there's more infusion of assets behind the coin, we have the ability to mint on demand. It's secure and safe because it is on the blockchain. And as the gentleman that spoke yesterday that narrated at the Indian Pavilion, blockchain is unhackable, essentially. And so we've created secure vaults, many things. But our stable coin is backed by true assets. And I just want to get some volunteers. I want to talk about the power behind our stable coin. Currently, right now, we have an evaluation of more than 25 billion behind our stablecoin and assets that have been approved value. Can I get 3 volunteers that think they're strong? Can just come up here, if you will. Anybody? Oh, she's coming. Thank you. There's one. Okay. Your Excellency, can you come here? Yeah. Can we get 2 more? Thank you. And 1 more person. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Come. What you're looking at in front of me right here is meteorite. These are one of the assets behind our coin. We have more than 15 tons backing Majestic coin. To just give you an idea, you can do the math in your head. 1 gram can run more than $10,000, and we have 15 tons. I'll let you do the math on that. But I would like you guys to just go and pick it up, if you will. Yeah. You cannot take it. So take the big one. Yeah. You try. Yeah. So inside of the meteorite, you have many type of minerals. You have gold. You can kill with it, yes. You have nickel, you have cobalt, you have silver, you have especially iron. So all meteorite is magnetic. And you can take this small rock and just pass it around the room. I would like people to see that. Yes, just table by table. Thank you. Would you like to give it a try? Yeah. Yes. And I'm going to talk about why meteorite in a second. Yes. So that one itself is 15 kilos. It's worth quite a bit. Baba, can you give us just a moderate estimation on this one? Ah. Yeah, no, it's much more than 250,000. The small one itself is in the millions. Or more. Or more. Yeah. So why meteorite? Number 1, it's rare. Number 2, it's hard to steal. Okay. We have a diversity of assets behind our coin. One of them, yes, is mineral lands such as gold, diamonds, sapphires, rubies. All of those have been valued and audited. That runs us up in the billions. But at any given whim for a project that we're doing, if someone doesn't like us, the powers that be want to stop us, they can take our land. That's the truth. They can stop us from coming in the country. There's many things that can happen because we deal with so much corruption in Africa. As long with the fiat currency that backs us, someone can freeze our accounts. But what comes from heaven, and what you're looking at is 4,300,000,000 years old. coming from Mars. The world is racing to gather this stuff. And we believe that this is something that is beyond us. I'm a very spiritual person, something that is not given from humans, it's given from God. And because it's given from God, nobody can take it from us. And so we are using this as our primary asset to back Majestic Coin so that people can always have security and feel secure when they're transacting with us on the blockchain. So this is one of the most important things, and I would invite all of you at break time, come touch it, pick it up. It's very heavy, it's fun, and it smells like metal. Okay. So just going on to close here, these are some of the features that our blockchain carries. We're a multi-layered blockchain. We have 3 layers. Obviously, our first layer is transactional, which is to send money back and forth on our blockchain. Layer 2 allows us to build dApps, which are decentralized applications, NFTs, exchanges, wallets, you name it. Anything that can be created. We have a sandbox for developers that we are launching in the next 30 days for them, and they'll be able to build even coins, even blockchains you can build upon our blockchain. We are proof of stake, so not proof of work. Obviously, Bitcoin being the first coin uh, was an example, but anything that's first always gets outdone. And so it was an example to be improved upon. And I'm sure in a year or 2 years, even our blockchain will become old. And so we are opening up something called Majestic Star Chain University that will be launched in the African Union. And one of my affiliates will be speaking on that tomorrow, where we are going to be bringing in youth from the age of 14 to 17 to put them through school to make them blockchain developers to always make our blockchain better. Our transaction speed, as I mentioned, right now in utility, actual usage is running around 10,000 transactions per second, but we can reach far greater than that, as I mentioned earlier. And our EVM compatibility. So this is something that's really big. We've created our own algorithm that essentially allows other smart contracts from Ethereum, from Binance, from other blockchains to migrate on our blockchain. And so if there are other projects, whether they're exchanges, wallets, you name it, they can actually take their code, migrate it onto our blockchain, and have a parallel universe if they will. Our fees, sorry, let me just go back. So our goal is to keep low fees, and this is something that I mentioned earlier, which is one of the biggest problems in Africa. When it comes to transactions, fees are tremendous. Even if you send bank fees, they're more than what you want to spend. On our blockchain, we are currently 12 zeros, 567 of MJT per transaction. We're not even close to a penny. And so the goal is to always stay low so that people can transact freely. And then secondly, that we can bring developers in to bring their projects such as NFT art, and you name it. By the way, does anyone know how much it is just to mint an NFT on Ethereum? Someone said a lot. Can you give me a number? 75? Dollars, 150. And I appreciate the difference in answers because it changes every day. The gas fees are tremendously high. And so we have a cap on our gas fee, which will be 0.000027 maximum on our gas fee for all gas fee transactions. So it makes our platform very attractive for people to come on and do work with us. All right. Our Majestic Mirror protocol is something pretty cool. Basically, what we've created are unique algorithms. Amga, can you stand up, please? Where's Amga? Did he leave the room? He left the room. Okay. Our unique Majestic Mirror protocol essentially allows us to take things that are not traded in the real world or on the open market that are traded privately, and we fractionalize that and make it crypto stocks. I'll give you an example, meteorite. So we can create a price protocol that mirrors the price in the real world for whatever is selling at in private auctions, and we can make it as a tradable asset within our blockchain. You name it. It can be gold, it can be cobalt, anything. And our goal is to bring value to other type of commodities that are privatized and make them public for everybody. All right. And lastly, our stable coins. So pretty much that's everything that we have to offer. Just want to say thank you for your time, and I'll be happy to answer questions afterwards. Thank you.
One currency, one people, one solution. Majestic Coin.
All right, here we go. Majestic Coin. Thank you so much, Solomon Mwaba, founder of Majestic Coin, for this very insightful keynote speech right here. One of so many that we're going to have at the Blockchain Dubai Summit 2022. I hope everybody is energetic and thirsty for all the information, all the opportunities that are going to be presented right here on stage. Of course, Solomon is going to be hanging out with us for the rest of the day. I think he's going to be here tomorrow as well. Yeah. So, let's milk these opportunities. There are a lot of incredible and talented people that are in this room. And, one of the things that I find very beneficial to create and to basically make this ecosystem a better place is to connect with one another and find out different ways of partnerships. All right, let's introduce our next guest up on stage today. He is the managing director of First Abu Dhabi Bank. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up to Mr. Muhammad Al Ali.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Good morning. I think from this angle, I would say, wow, this is a great room. It looks so nice. I think everybody's fresh and looks super from here. It's a pleasure to be here today and attend as a chief guest in Blockchain Dubai Summit 2022. First of all, I'm honored to be invited as a chief guest for a special occasion like this. Thank you to Mr. Pushkin. Really appreciate, well organized. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I hope everyone having a wonderful time in Dubai and wonderful time during Expo 2020. I think this is a great time also for all of us with enjoying the great weather in the UAE. So on behalf of the management, the UAE, that I would say you are most welcome to visit UAE, visit Dubai, and visit Expo 2020. It's a very interesting things. I've attended a couple of times, and still it's like something very unique happen. Coming back to Expo 2020, I would say Expo 2020 has been rightly described as an example of hope, which a true celebration of the magnificent of human innovations, excellence, and success and technology. I don't know for most of the people, if they don't visit Expo, I think this is a time also. The focus is more about the technology, more about the innovations. And this is a time where during COVID, 19 and pandemic, the transformation, the changes happen for the entire humanity. Um, I have very interesting story. I was just driving, and I decided to share this story with all of you. During the pandemic, the entire world have been through deepest, darkest time where we did not expect that this could happen. Um, Everything shut down. Um, and it was not only physically or mentally, but also economically that made us worry about future every single day. Um, we lost a lot of people, dear friends and family during that time. I personally lost a couple of staff, um, and it was very difficult time for a lot of us. But that story, it reminds me to um, a wise man. It reminds me when I was in the university in the UK. And he told me once, he said, difficulties in your life don't come to destroy you, but to realize your hidden potential. And this is what happened to all of us. That how, as a human being, and he was right, that how, as a human being, can be ready and be creative. And that is an example happened during COVID-19. Being creative, turn the digitization, everything is digital. In the banking sectors, in the government, in companies, people, they did not expected that it turned from manual to digital. So coming back to when we talk about Expo today, this impressiveness that you see is very outcome of the science and technology of the digitization. And everybody's talking about digital. This pace at which everything around us has been digitized and incredible, especially after COVID-19. Um, we had a lot of chats before coming here, and a lot of people, they were talking about digitals, about, you know, I had a chance to get a very quick talk with Solomon. It was a pleasure knowing you. Uh, Digitized data has become an expected part of our life as a human lives, and its power cannot be undermined. From bridging communication gap, boosting business, enhancing administration, and refining lifestyle, and improving multiple um, facets of our life. We are surrounded um, on digital everywhere. I remember a couple of years ago, if you wanted to transaction, you had to go all the way, drive the car, going to the branches, and in any branch you have to fill the application and doing all this process. And it used to take around hours, 2, 3 hours to do and leave your job and doing that simple transaction, whether in the banking or in any sectors. Today, you do these things in your device, in your mobile, and it just need a click button, you do everything. And that is the future. The power of digitization is infinite because the more available your information is in digital form, the better is the engagement and connection with your target audience. Likewise, blockchain. And that's why we talk about blockchains, is that one particular disruption technology that has the power to transfer the whole business ecosystem. It is changing the ways of companies engaging with their customers, people to people, and you know, even within the government, even internationally. So blockchain is one of the key enablers, instrumental in creating improvements in responses to the difficulties brought in by pandemic. However, I will not go through this depth, and I leave it to my colleagues who's a specialist in that to talk about it and to share their insights on it. Last not least, I would like to say that we live in a world that is exposed both known and unknown risk and gets reorder in every aspects economically, security-wise, business-wise, socially, and technologically. And come what may, when I think or read about the technological aspects and expectation, um, the UAE has fostered. It fills my heart with so much pride and joy that um, I was talking to His Excellency, Mr. Adnan, that how UAE could have been control this pandemic in a very professional manner, in a very human side where everybody was secured, everybody was supported from the government. And I would say this wouldn't be happen without our great leadership from the UAE. Now, as the day proceed, we have some exciting discussion. And today, we all learn from each other. And it's a time to exchange the knowledge and skills amongst all talented and skilled people like you. I'm so glad to be here. Thank you so much. Have a great, productive day. And thank you, Mr. Poshkan, for inviting me as a guest owner today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Mohammed Al Ali, Managing Director at First Abu Dhabi Bank, for this incredible speech. And you're absolutely right. I mean, we've seen the rise of the utilization of modern day technologies, especially post the pandemic. A lot of people are looking at, you know, new sources of income. And since everything now is being digitized, a lot of people are reaching out to blockchain and cryptos and all of these, as I said, modern day technologies, to utilize that into their everyday life, including, you know, traditional banking systems. Everything can be done at your fingertips at the comfort of your home. And I think this is going to be the way moving forward. So Mr. Mohammed Al Ali is going to be presenting a couple of awards from the Blockchain Dubai Summit 2022 and from Vertex Group. These very special individuals have contributed to the blockchain space, especially here in Dubai. And, you know, this is just an acknowledgement from ourselves at the Blockchain Dubai Summit to say thank you for your contribution. So we're going to start off with the first award. If you hear your name, please join us on stage. The first award is going to go to Digital Art Pioneer from Vesa Digital LLC, Vesa Kivinen. I don't think Vesa is in the room. I'm not sure. Okay, she's nowhere to be seen. It's all good. We'll make sure to get her the award. Maybe she went to grab a bite. Oh, here we go. Thank you very much, Vessa. The next award is for innovation and blockchain advisor. The award is going to be handed out to Dr. Zayed Al Humairi. Next up is the founder and CEO of Kasha, Kumar Gurav. The next award is going to be handed out to the founder of Limitless Venture, our very good friend, Mr. Pedro. Thank you, Pedro. Next up is the CEO, CTO, founder of Global Blockchain Organization, Mr. George Sebastião. The next award will be given to the chairman of Cassie Holdings, Dr. Jane Thomason. From Quorum 8, please give it up to Neha Soni. Okay, next up. I don't think Neha is here. Neha Soni. She's somewhere around. Oh, here we go. Next up is the CEO of La Token, Valentin Priobraz. All right, next up, the founder of Washington Elite, a good friend to the room as well, Mr. Bruce Porter. I'm sure Bruce is somewhere around. I've seen him earlier. Okay, we'll get him on stage. That's all good. We'll get him on stage. Next up, from Mastermind of Think Tank Community, Sergey Sivanstian. There's a lot of missing people. Okay, moving on. From CMO Payfoot, Adrian Moison. We have 3 more awards to give out today at the Blockchain Dubai Summit 2022. This one is gonna be courtesy of the CEO of Yoto Chain Mina, Pekka Kalka. Next up is the CEO and founder of Arthur J. Goldman Consultants. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up to Ali Zeb. All right, once again, let's do the formality since we finally have him here. The founder of Washington Elite, Bruce Porter. And last but not least, from Gather Network, ladies and gentlemen, give it up to Raghav Raji Jirath. And how about this? Apparently, I get to receive an award. So, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up to myself, Saif Al Naji. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up to our guest of honor, Mr. Mohammed Al-Ali. Thank you so much for joining us here at the Blockchain Dubai Summit 2022. I love the energy. I love the vibe. You know, it's great to acknowledge some very distinguished individuals who have, quite honestly, reshaped the scene here in Dubai. These people have spent, years and years in the blockchain space, and as I said earlier, made Dubai their home, and looking at a very promising future in this part of the world. So we handed it over an award to Raghav Reggie Girath earlier, the founder and CEO of Gather Network, and he's going to join us on stage for the first pitch at the Blockchain Dubai Summit 2022. Okay, apparently Raghav Reggie is not going to join us right now. A little bit later. Oh, he's here. Okay. Raghav, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up to Raghav Reggie Girath, founder and CEO of Gather Network. I got mixed up, sorry. Either this or this.
I'll go with this one. Yeah. I'll just leave it here. Thanks. Hey, everyone. Hope everyone's having a productive morning, enjoying themselves with all talks, informative talks that are going on. Going to keep this pitch fairly straightforward and quick. I know there's a lot of people that need to talk and want to educate everyone. So yeah, I'm the founder and CEO of Gather Network. We're a 4-year-old blockchain company that started out based in Dubai, homegrown company. We operate in about, okay. I'll wait for the presentation to come up. But yeah, we were founded about 4 years, based in Dubai. We currently operate in India, Panama, UAE, and we were accepted in the IFC's innovative startup program about last year, and we operate in Ukraine and Poland as well. We're currently listed on multiple exchanges. And just before it starts, hey guys. Technical difficulties? Yeah, I can imagine. Great. Sorry about that, guys. Seems some more IT problems, which is quite funny for people being in the blockchain space. There we go. So yeah, started out 3 years ago with a very simple mission with what Gather was, is that we wanted to provide the internet, publishers, and websites an alternative form of monetization. I'm sure 95% of this room, no one really likes looking at ads when you're on Spotify or YouTube. Everyone is immediately clicking skip, right? But those ads are there for a reason, because they're providing those content creators with revenue. It's really important. This is how your ad monopoly works today, or your internet economy, if you will. But imagine if there was a better way of doing this, rewarding publishers for time spent and not having publishers creating clickbait content. So further ado, just a quick video start.
Current revenue-generating methods don't allow publishers and businesses to offer an enjoyable, ad-free browsing experience. We need a new solution that brings everything together to benefit businesses and users alike. That's why we made Gather. Gather is a blockchain-based network that improves the online experience for users, generates additional revenue for publishers, reduces cloud computing costs for enterprises, and makes running a proof-of-work blockchain easier. Instead of spamming users with ads to generate revenue, Gather runs in the background of your site, and with each user's consent, aggregates their idle processing power. Then it distributes said power to enterprises for cloud computing and to developers for cryptocurrency mining. Publishers receive payment in cryptocurrency or fiat, users get to enjoy an ad-free browsing experience, and developers deploy their secure blockchains without the need to find new miners. Ultimately, it's a virtuous cycle that radically changes digital monetization and revenue generation to provide a superior experience for the end user. Join Gather today to be a part of the future.
Oh, thanks, Wet. Yeah, so that's how Gather started. It was to provide publishers, websites, applications, another way of making money without having to spam your users with crappy toothbrush ads, shampoo ads, or whatever else you see on the internet today, which are horrible. Over the last 3 years, since we were a bear market project, a bear market is essentially when the crypto cycle is not going good. We were born in that. We kind of evolved from that one solution to a couple others, where you see number two, cloud computing is extremely expensive. You have AWS, you have GC or Google Cloud, you have a bunch of these centralized entities right now which control the market. And number two, centralized entities have had major downtime, which have cost up to $28 million per 5 minutes. It's a huge problem. So what we were able to see is using these idle resources, which I'll explain how we actually gather them, if you will, what happens with it and where it goes. And yeah, the third thing is developers are able to also deploy on top of our layer 1 blockchain as well. Now, where do we generate this compute power? It's fairly simple, right? So when you visit a website, is that pop up there? Yeah. When you visit a website, you're going to see an opt-in, which you'll see in the next slide, right? You're going to provide your consent that, hey, I agree. And once you do, a very small portion of your system resources are being used, A, to provide an alternative form of monetization of publishers. Two, it's being resold on to any kind of IT company that needs cloud storage or cloud processing at a much cheaper cost, up to 30% cheaper. And then three, we also, developers can then use this processing power to power their own blockchains on top of ours. So this is Gather Online, what was the flagship product. This is the opt-in you would see when you go into any website. This is a live product, which is on multiple websites. We're on streaming websites as well. Also, if you actually opt in this as an end user, you can earn tokens, our cryptocurrency, by just providing your Ether address or our crypto address, if you will. So let's say you go to Reddit or, I don't know, Netflix, and for watching a series, Tinder Swindler, I know is a popular one right now, you've got like 50 Gather or 100 Gather. So it incentivizes users to stay longer, but it also incentivizes publishers to provide quality content. And yeah, we are a multi-layered blockchain, so you have the layer 0, layer 1, and layer 2, which is all in production right now. So again, fairly simple. Visit a website, provide your consent, and that's it, you're opted in. In terms of traction, these are some of our partners, clients. Yeah, fairly speaks for itself. We've been around for quite some time, so the numbers do grow. And we're not just a token generation company where we earn in tokens. We also earn fiat or real revenue, if you will, which you'll see on the next slide. Sorry, before that, here. This is Gather Cloud, which we've been developing in partnerships with a lot of different Fortune 100s. Here's a quick video to explain it.
Have you ever wondered what it would be like if you could harness all the idle computing power of your infrastructure? Imagine all your machines, computers, and servers performing to their full potential. Here's how our groundbreaking technology makes it possible. Introducing Gather Cloud, a new age, highly secure, decentralized cloud solution that comes at a significantly lower cost. By optimally leveraging existing business machines, it's sustainable, cost-effective, and highly secure. With Gather Cloud, it's time to reduce dependency on external providers and embrace a self-reliant future. Join the ever-growing tribe of enterprises choosing to power their businesses with a new age decentralized cloud. Get in touch with us today.
If you're interested in seeing a demo or trying it out or lowering your cloud costs, please speak to our marketing team. They have a booth outside. And Gather Enterprise is a third arm. We have all these large enterprises, large clients that they want to tokenize their existing user base. They want to deploy on the blockchain. They just don't know how. So we kind of handhold them to bring them onto our blockchain, develop certain parts for them, and we get paid for this. So this is in real revenue right now. Currently, we have one contract going on, which is worth about $600,000 for an ATM network based on our tokens in the US. We have another contract going on for $1.5 million, which is based on mobile PCR testing units. To store on our blockchain. So yeah, again, more on our traction slide. And it's not just me, but we have a very large team at Gather as well. So we're all from very different companies, NCR, NOV, KPMG, et cetera, et cetera. Our legal was a former SEC compliance officer, so we're very aware of what happens in the regulatory environment, as being in BVI, Panama, DIFC, India, and a few other places. And a large advisory board as well. And we were backed by some of the notable VCs in the space, Rare Stone Capital, TRG Capital, ELA Capital, and then quite a few others. And yeah, that's about it. Oh, yeah, we have a very large team, 50 people. Thanks.
All right, here we go. So we're getting closer to the lunch break, and I'm sure a lot of you are looking forward to that. Fill up them tummies and get the energy back on track. Before we continue with an exciting day of the Blockchain Dubai Summit 2022, on its first day, we're going to be here tomorrow as well, and I would love to see all of these incredible people and even more. Call up your friends, call up everybody in the business, and invite them over here. So we have an exciting fireside chat between His Excellency Adnan Nourani and George Sebastião. Now, to introduce the portfolio of His Excellency Adnan Nourani, please allow me to welcome on stage a very good friend of mine that I've known for over 15 years, 10 to 15 years right now. Yeah, Hamid and I, we go way back. He's the head of protocol. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up to Hamid Al-Balushi.
Thank you, Saif and Naji, and it's a pleasure to be here. His Excellency Adnan Nourani is one of the visionary leaders and a believer, and he has worked to the core of his strengths to bring success to the United Arab Emirates in the form of Future Innovation Summit, which he launched in October in 2021. It was the biggest governmental conference and exhibition. Also, he made sure that it is a huge success. So the Future Innovation Summit, which he will be introducing and talking more about it while he's on the stage. This was unique that no one of his caliber, ladies and gentlemen, or age has achieved in the country to date. In the same year, he successfully founded D1 Technologies, which is a firm that deals in every technological needs of your company, including blockchain technology and metaverse. He also founded Leo Investments, which is one of the top investing brands under his hood, and him as the founder of Leo Investments. The chairman of the board of private office of His Highness Sheikh Saqr bin Mohammed Al Qasimi, a visionary leader who sees the potential for how the world should exist and then takes steps to get there. He's got 18 years of experience in the market. He has been working across the royal families of United Arab Emirates, well connected throughout the governmental agencies and royal families. He also guides and advises the clients towards success avenue to grow in the United Arab Emirates and abroad. His primary expertise is government market, global market, UAE law, finance, and GCC businesses. Recognized for his humanitarian works, and he invests sheer amount of faith in the goodwill of the community. Led by his leadership, the private office of Sheikh Saqr bin Mohammed Al Qasimi has created a better place for investors seeking to invest to in the GCC and continue his journey to establish more global connections and to create a safe haven for businesses. His Excellency's one and only goal is to build a healthy, strong future business led generation to build a healthy economical environment. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me to welcome the chairman of the board of the private office of Sheikh Saqar bin Muhammad Al Qasimi and founder of Future Innovation Summit and CEO of D1 Technologies and Leo Investments, His Excellency Adnan Noorani. Please welcome him on the stage.
Well, there you have it. The blockchain summit is still going on. You are able to follow it live in the below link. So please keep that in mind. Take note. Yeah, you can see down here in the banner the link where to see it, and it'll be going on for 2 full days with panel discussions, interviews with key people. So just feel free to log in. If there's something that would be of special interest, then we'll be broadcasting it here. So once again, thank you very much for your kind attention. Have a great day